guys, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to finally be doing this video because I've been holding off on this for a while. So today I'm going to finally be doing my fall book haul. I haven't posted a book haul since July, I believe, so I've been accumulating these for quite a few months, and even though I'm probably going to get more books in the near future, there's no point of continuing to just collect them. So today I'll be talking about the 12 books that I've gotten in the past few months. I sort of have them lying around me in order of where I got them. So obviously I did not get these all at once. This is months of accumulating and we're just gonna hop right into it. So let's start off with the stack from Amazon. Amazon tends to have books pretty inexpensively, so I will just buy one once in a while if I'm like having a bad day, which I know is kind of a bad habit, but it is what it is. So the first book I have here is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I love the Vicious, I guess it's a series. I don't know how many books are going to be in it, but I love Vicious and Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, so I wanted to try other works. I also really want to try the Darkest Shade of Magic trilogy, but this was like $6 at the time that I got it, maybe $7 with tax. But this book is part of the Monsters of Verity or something duology. I don't know, but basically it's about our main character Kate, who wants to be as ruthless as her father and to prove that she's worthy to stand beside him and lead their city. August Flynn just wants to be human, but he isn't. He's a monster, one that can steal souls with a song, his own father's secret weapon. So their city is divided, their city is crumbling, and Kate and August are the only two who see both sides, the only two who can do something. But how do you decide whether to be a hero or a villain when it's hard to tell which is which? And this actually starts with a quote from Vengeful, or from one of our characters in there, from Victor Vale. So I'm super excited. I think it's so meta how like she's combining her series. It's cool. But yeah, so I'm excited to get to this. This feels like a very fall read, so I really do want to get to it soon. I just have so many books that I want to get to soon, so we'll see when I get to it. Alright, the next book I have is The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Clutter. So basically, this is a really big impulse buy. I saw that Keely from, did she change her name again? Mermaid Keely, read by Keely. She's got different names. But anyways, I'll link her below. But basically, she posted on Twitter that a book was $4, so she had to buy it. And I was like, what book was at $4 on Amazon? So she told me it was this book, so I just looked it up quickly on Goodreads, saw that it had good reviews, and bought it. So this is following our main character Cassie, who 2.5 years ago was dumped into a mental institution against her will by her mother, and now at 18 she is finally able to, you know, come back into the real world and hopefully go into college. So now it's about her coming back to the real world and coming to terms with her mother putting her in a mental asylum for 2.5 years and stuff like that. Trigger warning, I just read that there is sexual assault, sexual abuse in this book, so just so you know, trigger warnings for that. Like I said, I really don't know what this is about. It was an impulse buy. Sorry. Okay, next, a book that I've been wanting to read for like over a year, since it came out really, is The Last Namsara by Kristen Ciccarelli. Italian last name. So basically this is a dragon fantasy, and I really want to read it, especially since reading Priory, where I liked the dragons in it, but I wanted more. I'm hoping that this will be that. So this book is basically about our main character Asia, who is the daughter of the king of the Freyguard, and she becomes the fiercest, most feared dragon slayer in the land. And she takes on the role of the next Iskari, which is a lonely destiny that leaves her feeling more like a weapon than a girl. So then it's all about her trying to escape her tragic past and evade her bleak future. I don't know. Basically, it's dragon fantasy, and I'm excited about it. Even though I feel like I'm going to love the dragons, and then she's going to be a dragon slayer. So we'll just see how this goes. Yeah, most people who I've known have read this have given it 5 stars or 4 stars, so I have super high hopes for this. And I know that there's a second book out called The Caged Queen, I believe. And so I can just binge read those two, and that would be amazing. This, again, was like $7. I had a bad day, something bad happened, and I bought a book. Am I ashamed? No. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I've actually already read this book, but I read it through the library, so I never owned my own physical copy, and I got Akamath and Akawar from a library book sale over the summer, or like before I graduated. So I got those for $2 a piece, so I sort of made up for the fact that this was $15 on Amazon. This is an expensive book. So yeah. But I have been wanting to reread ACOTAR so I could move on to the rest of the series, because I never read past the first book when I read this a year or two ago. Yeah, 2018. Okay, so this is about a main character, Farah, who, when she kills a wolf in the woods, a beast-like creature arrives to demand retribution, and she's dragged into the world of the fairies by Tamlin. That's his name. So yeah, this is a very steamy new adult fantasy. It is not YA, even though my library puts it in the YA section because we don't have a new adult section, but we should, because I did not know what I was walking into when I picked this up for the first time. So I would not want a 13-year-old or someone who's just new into YA to pick this up, because there's some smutty scenes in this. They're great, but they're smutty. In August, I believe, there was the Barnes & Noble book blowout, or whatever it was called. So I ended up getting Karvall and Legendary from that. So it was 50% off, so I got them both for $10.99. And I've heard such great things about this series, and I know Finale just dropped a few months ago, so everyone's been hyping that up. But especially after reading The Night Circus, I really wanted to try more like dark carnival inspired things, so I decided to pick these up. I'm sure you guys know what this is about. Okay, so next we have some random purchases which I talked about in a vlog, but basically at my library we have this little bookshelf. It's really small, where paperbacks are 50 cents and hardcovers are $1, and there I found A Game of Thrones and A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. So these are the first 2 books in a Song of Ice and Fire series, which is what the show Game of Thrones was based on. I have never seen Game of Thrones. Okay, that's not true. I've seen the first 10 minutes, but that's it. And then I got really overwhelmed, and I felt like if I read them, I might have a better grasp on the characters. So I got both of these for $1 when they're originally $10 a piece. So that was super sweet. Even though they're mass market paperbacks, so the font is really small. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into these eventually. I feel like these are a great winter read. Like, I feel like epic fantasy feels like a wintry thing. I'm sorry about the light. There's a window right there, and I cannot control that it's going in and out. This is what I get for trying to film in the morning when I'm busy later. Okay, so yeah, really excited about these. Don't know when I'm going to get to them, and I also feel like it's going to take me a long time to read them. But it's okay. Next, we have my Thriftbooks order. I just got this, but okay, I got 3 books, but basically only one of them came in the condition that it said it was. I got these all very good on Thriftbooks, and the only one that actually came in very good condition was Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. If you guys haven't seen my September wrap-up, I'll link it up here. I have binged this series. I've read all 3 books, but I really loved them, and I gave this 5 stars. This is now one of my favorite series of all time. I just really love it. It's so amazing, and it's so visual because it's all, you know, the mixed media. And I'm just super, oh gosh, I'm super excited to reread this in my own copy someday. I've gotten super into sci-fi this year, so I really wanted to grow my sci-fi shelf with some of my favorite books. So I have this and Skyward and The Host. It's fine. To go with my little Star Wars pop Funko thingies. So also along the same line, I got Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. This one isn't in as good condition, but they did give me a refund for these, so I will be finding better copies or moving on or something. This is similarly done in like a mixed, or it's not mixed media, but it's in the form of interviews, I believe. But basically, a girl named Rose, when she is really young, falls into like a metal hand, and then 17 years later, Rose is now a highly trained physicist, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. What is this giant metal hand that's just in the ground in South Dakota and stuff like that. And I've heard amazing things about this book, and I haven't really went into, I believe this is adult science fiction. I haven't gone into adult science fiction, so I figured this would be a great place to start. It's also super short, and I feel like I could just binge this whole series. And yeah, I'm super excited to give this a try soon. And then next, this one was the one that came with a huge rip. You can't really see because I taped it a lot, but it was like all the way ripped. But this is A Million Junes by Emily Henry. And Emily Henry has written The Love That Split the World was her first novel, and then the most recent one was The Sky Fell in Splendor, or When the Sky Fell in Splendor. And I heard a lot about that because it was getting like compared to like Stranger Things and stuff. But basically she's known for writing magical realism. And I was just randomly watching an old booktube video, a vlog from Haley in Bookland, and she was talking about this and reading it and really enjoyed it, so then I just looked it up and here it is. But basically this is about two warring families in Michigan, and magic, ghosts, and coy wolves of Five Fingers seem to be conspiring to reveal the truth about the harrowing curse that has plagued their bloodlines for generations. Sure. Yeah, it also, funnily, right after I bought this, Lala announced her buzzword readathon, and the thing this time is like numbers, and this counts for it because it's 1,000,000 Junes, so I might read that next month. But if I like it, I really want to find a better copy that doesn't have this gigantic rip in it. Okay, now we're down to the last book, and I'm so excited about this book. So, if you guys don't know, book Twitter is amazing, and there are often giveaways. And so on Twitter, Rachel, I'm forgetting her handle, but I'll link her below, was giving away Her Royal Highness by Rachel Hawkins, and I really wanted to win because if you guys didn't know, I read Prince Charming earlier this year, and it was one of my favorite books. It was one, like, I think it was the first book I gave 5 stars this year, which is saying a lot because I've given like 9 books 5 stars. I've been very picky this year, so I'm so excited. I've been wanting to read this since it came out, but my library doesn't have it and it wouldn't buy it, and as much as I have books all around me, I don't buy books that often. So when I saw the giveaway, I was really hoping that I would win, and I did end up winning. So I won this copy, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's so pretty. This is following one of the side characters that we met in Prince Charming, which is Flora, who is the Princess of Scotland, and this is about her sapphic relationship. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I'm going to read this soon, especially because it's super short, so I know I can just fly through this because I fly through contemporaries. But yeah, I'm so excited. So thank you again to Rachel, even though I've already thanked you multiple times. But thanks again for hosting this giveaway and for me winning. Alright, so, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? So those are the 12 books that I bought recently. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another one soon. Bye!